What's up, everyone? Back another lower body day today. We're going to work on acceleration, the shorter sprints, but the track is closed New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. They're closed both days, just like last week for Christmas. They're closed, so can't get in there and do my sprints. I was planning to do 15 builds, fly for 5, which I like those timing those 5. So probably do those again next week. Then wasn't going to do hills like I did last week. It was nice out last week. There's no snow on the ground now. It's snowy, icy, which defeats the purpose of sprinting because you're trying to go fast. If you can't get a good grip, you're not going to go fast, and then you're thinking in your mind, am I going to slip? Am I going to fall? Am I going to wipe out? And I know because I just did that a few times when I went for a walk. I think it was Monday, wiped out a few times, and yeah, it's just defeats the purpose of it. So it's just kind of be wasted effort, wasted energy trying to do sprints outside, hill sprints outside. So instead, we're going to do just the short sled starts. We'll do some tennis ball change of direction stuff. Just have fun with that, and just some shorter starts here. Again, it's not that, but we'll get back to sprinting on Friday. And then we're going to do our heavier, higher force, lower body stuff today. We're going to hit 2-minute iso hold lunges, and then we'll do depth drops as well. Depth drops into that split squat stance, that lunge stance, and land there. And then we'll get into our sprint. So I've been using like the iso holds. I'm going to do a 2-minute iso hold before all my lower body days in this little phase. See how I like it. I usually do like a 1 minute, but we're going to do a little longer. And I've been doing the drops as well, whether it's 2-foot drops, single leg drops. We're doing split stance drops now, so just progressing those and using those as more of a right away in the workout. Get ready, get everything prepared. Potentiation, so to speak. Everything's really potentiation if you think about it. So we're going to do our iso split squats, depth drops, split squats, and we'll do our sled sprints and tennis ball change of direction. Then we'll get into our lifts. So let's get going. Okay, so I decided I'm gonna pair the split squats or the split squat drops with my sled sprint. So we'll do like 3 per side, then we'll do a couple sled accelerations. So just land deep, stick it hard, trying to create force, not melt into the ground. You get in different positions, it's gonna help. Just challenge your body. So again, these aren't, wow, it's like 4 or 5 steps. So that's all I got really room for. Even that on, extend out. But again, it's just helping with that lean, that acceleration. You're back. You're not up. I suffer from that a lot. As I'll reach out and try to land in front. My hips or my feet are in front of my hips when I'm accelerating. When you want to be back, so you're pushing forward. Again, not ideal, but we work with what we have. All right, start our lifts are more of our heavier power-based stuff. So lifts and jumps here. So we're gonna start. Was gonna do some block cleans, but I saw sandbag sitting over there that was looking lonely. So we're gonna do sandbag cleans instead. So just explode that sandbag up. It's just an odd object. It's gonna, yes, the bar is perfectly balanced. The weights are on it, nice and neat, but the sandbag is not. Got a couple of sandbags in there, in the actual big sandbag, and it's going to be shifting side to side. It's not going to be even. It's not going to be perfect. I'm probably not going to catch it perfect all the time. Hands are going to land in a different spot. That's totally fine. That's what I want. Uneven, odd object training is great. So I might do, this one's got different handles on it too, so I might try some different handles too, to see what that's like. Sitting on the floor and it's just full of dust and hair and all kinds of nastiness. But all right, then our first jump, we're gonna do those. We're gonna heighten off the ramp, hit the ramp, explode out. See how far we can get. Kind of a single leg broad jump. Another heightened variation, but I like this. This is one of my favorites. The ramp gives your foot hits at a different angle each time. Not perfectly planted on the ground, so you're able to push into that and shoot out. try and go for these for distance. Try and beat it each time. Make sure you're going both ways. Oh God, I jumped up too high that one. Again, we're not rushing through these. Take your time. I want these all to be full effort, full intent. We're just gonna do a single leg hurdle jump. So I might have to move these upstairs because again, the ceiling's low. I'm not very good at one leg, but this is a true one leg jump. I don't care. I'll land on two. It doesn't really matter. I'm not worried about the landing on these. It's just the jumping. We'll try and go as high as we can. Add a few inches each time. That was 20. Yes! That was like 2 inches farther. Ah! Yeah, damn it, that one's back. That was bad. Ooh, I got it. My butt grazed it. Oh, I jumped far away. I can't get much higher than that. My butt's too big. Let's open that one. Ah, butt pushed it down. We're gonna push it down farther on one side. Oh yeah, I got it with that one. Right leg, a little bit stronger. See if we can get it fully left. Oh, that was easy. 35, here we go. Again, does this mean I have a high vertical? No, there's a lot of hip mobility, but that's fine. That's like you want hip mobility. Be able to contort your body in air. thought about it. Ah! Get tired. Numbers are all worn off on here. I can't tell for sure if this is 25. Yeah, that's gonna be 35-ish. Let's try right leg. We're not getting it. We're dead. All right, 33. Beat that next week. All right, we're going deadlifts today. Just regular old, plain old, boring deadlifts. We're working on, again, we'll do a VBT on it. I haven't done a lot of deadlifts. I'm pulling from the floor. It's different. Like, it's tough to figure out the range or the velocity because, again, I haven't done enough. But we're going to see how this feels and try and keep these between that 0.4 and 0.45 and see above that. We're just going to do sets of 2. We might just go until we drop off but we'll see how it feels if I can even pull these that fast. Yeah, I think we're going to go shoot for a 0.4. Again, it's that initial going from the floor. It's tougher to get than the regular like percentages that work for like a trap bar is easier, or playing around with squats. Deadlift's a little bit different. So we're gonna do these sets of 2, and we're gonna pair them with our. We're gonna go feet elevated skydiver and cobra. All right, next we got Zercher reverse lunge. So I get the barbell in that Zercher. One of my favorite positions, especially just for building back strength and being not soft. So we're just gonna reverse lunge, a couple sets of 5. This is just gonna be a warm-up set, see where we're at. I haven't done these in a while. I haven't done any reverse lunges in a while. Like heavy anyway. So we'll do these, then we're gonna finish out. We're gonna go goblet lateral lunge. Go heavy on those. We're going to go heavy calf raises in the belt squat. So deadlift, again, more impact on the spine. This a little bit impact on the spine, not as much as like a safety bar squat or a back rack position, not the direct load. But we're going to go not loading the spine as much with the goblet, and then definitely not loading the spine with the belt squat calf raises. So again, loading the spine is fine, but like that's how I got my spine, I think, so stiff, is because I was always barbell back squatting, heavy deadlifting, trap bar, all this stuff that's heavy, just loading, compression, not worrying about expansion and traction of the spine. So adding in things like, that's why I always do like a spinal decompression or a hang or some spinal movement when I'm resting in between heavy deadlifts or squats. That's why we do sprints and athletic movements, jumps. That stuff is more expansive and you're not just compressing. Compression is great, but to build and strengthen not just the spine, but everything else, the legs and stuff like that. But if that's all you're doing, then it just becomes a problem. Then you become that 2x4 that can't move, that refrigerator where you have to turn your whole body to turn. You can't turn your neck to look, or you can't turn your spine. And even mine's not great just because of all those years. But we're working to not necessarily undo it, but make my spinal mobility better. So So just loading in different positions, not always back squat for a straight bar for a back squat. It's not always a safety squat. It's just different tools to hit different positions or different movements. Do the movements, but add different tools to find and help again. So you're not just your spine is not all fused together, because that's not fun. Hopefully not hitting anything. I'm losing my balance. It's not just a lot of high school kids I train. They want to just you ever like split squats. They just want to slam their knee into the ground. No, we gotta. Yes, you can go rapid on and sometimes go down, but you gotta control. You don't want to smash that knee into the ground. That's not gonna be any good. So it's just controlling it down. Yeah, get to the ground as a board and get that full range of motion. When that's the point, but context matters too. So. We'll add a little bit of weight here, do a couple more sets. Then we'll do our lateral lunges, hit that groin, hit the adductors, and then we'll go out and hit our calves. And that'll be today. But I think I gotta go poop. Yeah. Gonna take the rest break, gonna go take a dump. Probably too much information, but you can't do your best, train your hardest when you got a turtle head poking out and you gotta take a dump. I've almost pooped my pants before squatting. This was years and years ago. Like, I think I've told this story before. I ate like greasiest, like a chicken breast wrapped in bacon with cheese and broccoli in it, and literally almost crapped my pants going down a squat. Probably sharded a little bit. Then like, luckily got the bar up, ran to the bathroom, and the rest is history. All right, finished up. Good workout. Nice lower body day. Moving the bar better for heavier weights, faster. Just getting the hang of it. Making do with what we got. Again, track clothes. Had to do the shorter acceleration, a few steps in here. Had fun with the tennis ball stuff, balloon stuff. But again, good last workout of 2025 actually. So since it's the New Year's tomorrow. Again, 2025 is done, over. workouts, that stuff, it's good to sit back and reflect on what you accomplished, not just this year, but in life. But you don't want to live in the past. And again, it's going to be ups and downs. Training at ups and downs, probably more ups and downs with my training this year. Getting faster, lifting different PRs and different weights or different lifts, things like that, jumping, all this different stuff. Again, there's always downs too. It's the Achilles tendinopathy they had all summer. I'm just trying to figure out that, but getting that under control. So that's a down, but then you get up by figuring that out. Again, it's the PRs, the sprint times. PR, like, I can't remember if I know I hit, in some things, I know wasn't the fastest. My fastest ever was last year. Again, sprints struggle through the summer when the months you want to be fast, just because, again, that Achilles bothered me. But now back on track here, that's a win. It's reflecting on these things. What you did, what you can do better. Again, there's failures, there's successes, everything in between, the ups and downs, that roller coaster ride of not only just training, but life, but business. Reflecting on my business. Business was a ton of failure this year. Way more failure than success. I had success with the clients I do have, seeing them succeed and seeing them achieve different goals and different PRs and just feeling better, moving better, and working with more kids and taking the job at Park, becoming a strength, I don't even like to say strength and conditioning coach because I think that's just narrow mind and narrow scope, but a performance coach, working with all the kids there. So that's a win, but just again, business, pretty much barely staying afloat with my business, trying to keep my head above water, trying to stay out of debt even though I am in debt, and just things like that. It's these failures, looking back and reflecting on what you did, what you can do better, what you can do going forward, but not as being stuck. Not being stuck in the failures, not being stuck on the successes and just living off, it's like if you win the Super Bowl, not just being content with that or whatever. You got to figure out, find something new. Because especially with fitness, especially with my business, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. I'm going to keep moving forward. Training, same thing. You set one goal, but you don't live on that. Even if it is, you achieve that goal. You lose 20 pounds. You set a new PR in your sprint. You jump your highest vert, or you dunk a basketball for the first time. You don't just stop. That's the problem with like these New Year's resolutions is you stop once you get there, or you stop before you get there. No, just keep moving forward. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have fallbacks, and going to hit those gaps, the low lows. Like my business is low right now. So I think that just means it's going to be higher highs once I get to where I want to be in building that heading into 2026, knowing what I got to do better, getting more clients, helping more people achieve their goals. That's what it's really about. It's helping them achieve their goals, but not, and then teaching you that it's not just stopping. Again, when you get to something, whether that's a failure or a success. It's like that John Cena, when he's getting choked out, he's smiling. He knows one journey's over, but a new journey is beginning. He's giving way for the next one. He didn't give up on, he didn't tap out because it's because he gave up. He's just passing the torch, so to speak, to the next person who's going to be the person to beat Gunther. So it's that I kind of use metaphors a lot of times with wrestling, but you see he's smiling because he knows he gave it his all, and one chapter is done, another chapter is beginning. So you can kind of look at that. 2025 is done, 2026 is beginning. So look at it that way, is you got things to look back and things to work on, whether that is a failure, whether that is a success. You do what you did to, on the failures, look at what you did wrong, what can you do better, what habits, what behaviors can you build to move forward, again, whether it's business, whether that's fitness, whether that's your work, whether that's family. Look at your successes, what you did well, what can you do better, what's the next goal, what are you going to do to achieve that? It's not just having goals, it's setting behaviors, creating habits, creating a plan to get there, routines to get there, those actions, those decisions that you make. And just, again, it's always good to reflect on not just the past year, but life. Look back on the nostalgia, the history, especially the holiday time, you kind of reflect about those good times, even the bad times. And you look at that, but you don't just sit stuck there. You're not just living there. That's what too many people do, especially people who claim they want to be athletic. They sit back, oh, I used to be fast. I used to be strong. I used to be able to throw a football or baseball or play sports and be athletic. Now you just sit drinking beer, watching TV all the time, and you just think, oh, I used to be that. No, you didn't. You never were that. Or even if you were, why aren't you now? So again, make the choice to change. Make the choice. It's up to you. I always say, what is holding you back from achieving your goals, being where you want to be? And just tell you what is holding you back. Look in the mirror. That's the problem right there. But what is the answer? What is the solution? Look in the mirror again. There's your solution. It's most of the time it falls on you. Whether it's success, whether it's failure. Again, too many times we blame other people, other things, other circumstances. I know I've been there in the past, but again, it's about reflecting on the past, 2025, all the successes, all the failures, and then building on it and start building those habits, those behaviors, making the decisions, taking the action to move forward and get to where you want to be. So we're wrapping up 2025, heading into 2026 with that John Cena being choked out smile on our face as we head into the new year. So thanks for watching, guys. Happy New Year, and 2026, let's be athletic for life.